Hey, Sam here. This is going to be a 4-week crash course. Basically going to be social media content marketing. So without further ado, let's just dive straight into it. It's going to be a hands-on course, like I said before. Short form video content for your brand. What I'm trying to do here is to make sure you are the brand, not the product. When you are the brand, when you are the person that people know as the face of your brand, then it becomes a lot easier to buy your product. And in addition to that, people buy from people. And then when you are a brand or when you become the brand, it becomes easy to also sell one product. You can sell 2 products, you can sell 3 products, however number of products you want to sell. So it becomes a lot easier because people have a face to it. So duration is going to be 4 weeks. Session is going to be 2 per week. And then it's going to be a total of 8 sessions. My goal by the end of this course, you will have a bank of engaging short forms videos for TikTok, Reels, YouTube, Instagram, and wherever else you choose to post your content. At the end of the day, what we're looking for is traction, to build traction for your product or for your social media. And we're going to create this content in such a way that they showcase your product effectively. If that be showing you as a face of the brand effectively or showing your products effectively. But at the end of the day, my aim will be that you become as comfortable as much as possible with, showing your face and shooting content more frequently. So we go to next slide. So focus area from day one, we're going to be focusing on camera settings, lighting, and script. And that would cover hook. If you don't know what hook is, you go to your nearby stream or lake you want to fish. The first thing you want to do is to attach some kind of bait to the fish hook, right? And then afterwards, you lower it down into the lake or into the river. The fish is attracted to that bait. Of course, from the bait, there is a hook right there that catches the fish, right? And then you bring it out and then boom, you have your fish. That sort of thing, how it relates to your content is something that you do or say in your video that stops the scroll, something that will pull people in. You say it however you want to say it, put the drama in place, or say what surprises someone. Sometimes it can be even a negative thing that you say, but in order to achieve a positive outcome, such as don't ever use this perfume if you don't want people to compliment you all day as you go out. So by the end of today, you will have 3 short video hooks, scripted and 1 clip filmed. No editing required at this point. We are going to be treating editing much later. So let's go to the next slide. Camera settings. If you're using an iPhone, now if you're not using an iPhone, maybe you're using Android, know that the same thing will apply. You just locate where these particular settings are in your phone and you'll be good to go. But make sure you dial in the settings so that you'll be able to optimize your video for the social media platforms across board. So basically you want to go to your settings right here. I have my settings. Then you want to scroll down to camera. So once in camera, you want to go to formats. Right there in formats, make sure that high efficiency is tick on, okay? The reason why you want to tick on high efficiency with format, because your videos are lighter, they are optimized for storage. Once you do that, you go back to camera again. That's camera settings. Look for record video, right? Click on that particular tab and then this other tab will open. You have 720 HD at 30 frames. That's not the one we're looking for. What you're looking for is 1080p HD at 30 frames per second. Now for other frame rates, you don't need to bother yourself with those. The only reason why you want to use 1080p at 60 frames per second is when you want to shoot slow motion, like you want to emphasize or highlight a point when you're shooting your product. Then it becomes useful because you can easily slow that down in post, So that we can talk on a later day, but what you actually need is 1080p HD at 30 frames per second, okay? The reason you need that is because that is the standard for social media across board, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So take note of that. You have 4K at 30 frames per second. You don't want 4K unless you have a lot of storage. 4K is usually not something you want to go for. Even if you shoot at 4K, you'll want to scale it down so that it will be optimized for social media platform. Usually what I do is I can shoot at 4K, but when I edit, I scale it down. The pictures are sharper because you have more data to work with when you shoot at 4K. So take note of that. All right. So the next is lighting. Light source is very, very important and key in our content creation, right? When your video doesn't have sufficient lighting, it becomes very boring. It becomes hard for people to watch. So you want to make sure lighting is a key aspect of what you do as far as content creation is concerned. So today we're going to talk about two major sources of lighting, which is artificial and natural lighting. We have ring lights, right? We also have other types of light, professional lights. Now, a lot of people use ring lights, small lights. As a beginner, you don't want to actually dwell on this so much. You don't want to make this a big deal. You want to be as flexible as possible with lighting. If you have good normal light that you use in your house somewhere, just go ahead, use it. Don't let this hold you back. You want to just record. If you would take anything away from what I'm telling you today is just shoot content. Don't let anything stop you. Make sure you follow these things as much as possible. But if all else fail, well, make sure you record content. Make sure you shoot content, because at the end of the day, prioritize consistency over perfection. What I have on me right now is a newer light FS150. I may put the link in the description, but know that that link is an affiliate link. If you do purchase through this link, you're going to be supporting me in a way. So yeah, I recommend that light because it's quite inexpensive. The second one I have here is the GVM P80S. I hope I got that right. I'm also going to put the right caption here. I love that light. It's very bright. One thing about the kind of light you will want to use is make sure that they are light that you can regulate intensity. You can either dim it or increase the intensity so that you'll be able to control your exposure. Now, natural light. A lot of times this one comes really handy because you really don't need all these things to get started. Eventually, your need for the kinds of gear that you need is going to reveal itself as you go. First thing you want to do is to acquire the knowledge. Once you acquire the knowledge, it becomes easier to identify the particular type of gear that suits your need. So because of that, you want to focus on gaining this knowledge, and that's why we're doing this. Natural light. We have natural light. Make sure you spot a place in your house where a lot of light pours in. Example, your window. If you have a very large window in your house, you want to make sure that you position yourself there and make that place a place where you shoot your videos, especially when you're doing your talking head like I am doing with you right now. That is always very, very useful. All right, especially if the light coming through it is soft. Then another thing you want to pay attention to is make sure that your window or your source of light is not behind you, unless of course in special cases like what I have here, I have 2 lights or 3 lights behind me just for aesthetics, not for illumination. Now these are called key lights, or this is key light and then those are fill lights. So the ones in front of me are the ones that I need. So if you're going to position your light, or if your natural light source is at your back, now you're not going to have a flattery look. So you need for that window to be right in front of you to get the desired result. Okay, so we go to the next slide. Now when it comes to hook, like I promised earlier, so let's hook. I don't know if that comes out right, but write down 3 key selling points. Example: scent profile, longevity, luxury feel, mood enhancement. How does that particular product make you feel? Or how does the perfume make you feel? In this case, I'm dealing with a perfume here. Draft 3 quick hooks. Example: this perfume gets people complimenting me every time. Now, somebody will want to stop for that. But before I continue, it also depends on how you present it. A lot of times, a little bit of drama helps. When people stop the scroll, it's because somebody is probably overly or somewhat dramatic. I probably won't be able to pull off such drama, but You get what I mean. Present it in such a way that, you get people's attention. I can stroll in here and say, do not use this perfume unless you want all that attention. Just all depends on how you present it. For this part, this is going to be a bit of exercise for you to do, and which is record a 10-second clip introducing your perfume with one of these hooks. It's going to be easy, and I'm going to probably demo one here. Here is my version of your tripod. I'm just going to hang my phone right here. So basically what you want to do is to make sure that you are able to get people's attention. For this purpose, I'm going to be using this particular case of my microphone. So my focus will pretty much be on the product, and then I'm going to shoot right now. I will show you the back of my camera, okay? So I am just going to go ahead and record. So like I told you a while back, the reason why we activated the grid coming to the camera. So I am going to position my product in such a way that it falls on a particular line so that I am able to position my product properly framed and properly angled, okay? So as you can see, I have it positioned in the angle. You can see the name on the product. You can see the foresight is well centered right there. So I can now begin to actually shoot my video, and then everything is going to come out looking really good. A while back, and I told you that the focus is right here. You see how I'm able to lock in my focus right there, and then I can either increase the lighting on my subject or I reduce it to a satisfactory level right there. I think I'm satisfied with that, except of course I don't like that light that is overhead. So, but hey, it is what I can work with right now, and I don't want to waste time on this. So basically I will do my first. Do not use this perfume unless you want all the attention. I'm going to walk away and then walk towards the camera. So I'm coming towards the product. I'll be like, don't use this perfume unless you want all that compliment. So that's basically an example of what it will be like, doing this. So I hope you learned something from this today. This is the end of day one, and then on to another day. This is Sam. Remember, the best time to create is right now. I hope you learned something here. Leave your comments if you do have questions for me. Peace.